Hello, and welcome back to Brit in Poland. So, I know at the end of my last video, I was talking about what I want to do this year. And I sat down and I thought, okay, I need to formalize this. I need to start writing things down, making a plan, and trying my best to work out how 2021 is going to look. So, what are my priorities this year? Well, for one, Brexit is now official. In a way, I wondered if it ever would happen. And I know in my previous videos I've discussed this point, so I'm not going to go into depth, but it does mean a bit of work for me. So I did everything nice and legally, nice and formally when I came to Poland, and I have my certificate of registration. And as a result, apparently that certificate is valid until the end of the year. So technically, I don't have to do anything right now. But apparently, I'm supposed to go to the voivodeship office, wherever that is. I've not been to this particular one before, and online is not proving very helpful on finding information about this out. But I need to kind of re-register. And they need to take my fingerprints, and they need to give me a photo identification, so that I have my biometrics. I'm in the system, and the great thing is these new registrations are only valid for 1 year, which means I'm going to have to renew until I can apply for permanent citizenship, which not even citizenship, permanent residence, which won't be until I've been here for 5 years. So I've still got about 2 years to go on that one. Or, as I saw on Facebook the other day, they've changed the law. So once you've been here 3 years, you can get married and you can become a Polish citizen. So that's my backup plan. So I need to get my Brexit stuff in order. I need to somehow figure out how to sign up for a Polish driving license. When I do these things, I will probably produce a video to help others who are going through the same thing, because dealing with any kind of formality in Poland is an absolute nightmare, and I am sure people would appreciate some advice on that. So as I learn more, I will do my best to help you. Coming on from that point, what are some of the other things I really want to do this year? Now, if you watched my last video, you'll know that I'm no longer in a relationship. And I don't have to be in a relationship. This is one of the key things that I worked out for myself. I don't need somebody else to make me happy. But I think life is better shared. So ultimately, I'll be trying to find a new relationship this year. We will see what happens with that. Meeting people isn't that difficult in Warsaw. There's a large population. So you have Tinder, you have Bumble, various apps and things like that. So you can always find people. But you have the added difficulty if you have to find somebody that speaks English. That's your first hurdle. And secondly, you need to find someone who is compatible for you. And that is difficult in any country. So I am going to be doing what I can to find somebody else, to have a travel companion, someone to share the good times with, and somebody to enjoy life with. Because one thing I learned this year is you have to think very carefully about who you can rely on. I'm not saying that, all the people that I used to know are bad people or that they've abandoned me. But I think, especially in these kinds of times, everyone's looking out for themselves. And it's only a very rare breed, a very few, a very small number of people that actually reach out to help others. So I'm going to focus on those people. And if anyone wants to get in touch, I'm always happy for a chat or a meetup. Okay, so what else do I need to do this year? Okay, so certainly I need to work on my Polish. So I'll commit myself to going back onto Duolingo today. I think I am going to try and sign up for a class because I don't think Duolingo on its own will hack it. And I'll be trying to get my Polish friends to push me. Some of them are very good at that. So certainly I need to improve my Polish, especially if I want to stay in this country. So I need to stop procrastinating and actually work on this. So we'll see how that goes. I would like to perhaps think about getting a bike. One thing I kind of discussed in my previous relationship was going on, say, the green velo trail, which is this kind of cycling route, and it takes you kind of around Podlasia. So this is something I want to look into. I would love to kind of get out into the country more and to see more of, Polish nature. And I think cycling is a wonderful way to do that. Now, I haven't really used a bike properly since I was a teenager. So other than the gym, I haven't really been cycling much. So this could be a challenge, but you know what they say, you never forget. So I hope that's going to be the case. I want to continue working on my fitness, get back into running. When life stabilizes a bit, I'd like to get back to climbing, doing more home exercises, maybe even get back to the gym again when life stabilizes. This is something I need to work on, definitely. I can feel I've put on a few pounds during lockdown, despite some efforts to eat healthily and to exercise. I'm just not out and about as active as I used to be. Now, the final thing I want to talk about, and this is where I'm going to actually rely on you guys, so please comment on this point. I need to see more of Poland, for this channel, for me, to tell the world what Poland is really like. And I've got a list of places that have been recommended in this channel so far, and a list of places that I personally would like to see. But what are your thoughts? If you look back through my videos, you can check out my, Travels in Poland playlist. You can see all the different places I've been to. But what are some of the places that you would recommend? Perhaps some of the cities a bit off the beaten track, places that are not as famous, places that you personally have a connection to, that you think, oh, you should really see this, you should really see that. Because I know that there are a lot of hidden gems here in Poland, but I don't necessarily know all of them. I'm very much reliant on word of mouth. And the internet, they tend to list like the 10 biggest cities in Poland. They don't really go into a lot of detail about some of the stuff that an outsider wouldn't know about. So I definitely want to go to Białystok. To continue my tour of big cities. I want to find a way to Szczecin, because again, big city, but not the easiest to get to from Warsaw. It's quite a distance by public transport, whether it be Flixbus or train. I want to go to Radom. Now, this could be interesting because I have only ever heard bad things about Radom, but I want to see it. And I want to experience if the things that people have told me are true or if they're exaggerated. I want to find out for myself. And it's not too far from Warsaw, so I'm sure that's easily doable in a weekend. I want to see the south a lot more. So Katowice, I discussed, I want to go there. And from there, I've got a list of places near there that I would like to go. And also Żywiec, I would like to see for the brewery, partly. There is a bit of mountainy kind of terrain there as well, which would be nice to explore. I've heard wonderful things about Zamość, which I believe is quite near Lublin. Apparently it's meant to be a very beautiful city. So this is some of the ideas that I have already for 2021. I'm not saying I'll see all of them, but please, if you have any recommendations, any places that you think are really worthwhile seeing, please add them in the comments. Because what I would like to do is put together a travel plan and sort of say, okay, you know, I'll spend a week in this region, I'll spend a week in this region, and try and see all the things I can. I'd love to get back to the mountains. Bieszczady, I really want to get to, because I love the Polish mountains, they're amazing. So to have more experience of that would be fantastic. Of course, all of these plans are dependent on what happens with restrictions in the country. At the moment, all hotels are closed. So if I wanted to go somewhere, I'd have to take a tent with me probably, which might not be the nicest thing to do at this time of year. Apparently there are going to be some updates on, I think, the 17th of January. So we will see what the government says and what the numbers are looking like. I know the numbers are kind of fluctuating still. I was checking last night and we have like, one day we'll have 13,000 new cases, then 11,000, then 6,000, and we've just had Christmas and New Year. And despite the restrictions, I know for a fact that people went out, people had parties, people met up with family. So of course that's likely to bring a number of new infections. So we will have to see what happens there. But please, if you can think of anything else that perhaps I should focus on this year, feel free to add a comment as well. I want to make the most of 2021 as I did with 2020. I would like to go abroad for sure. I've already got a friend who's liked the idea of Spain, which I mentioned in my last video, so I might be doing that. I'd love to go back to Holland, well, the Netherlands, sorry, because I love this country. I'd love to go to lots of places, to be honest. But again, I'm not looking at that right now. I want to focus more in Poland at the moment because this is going to be a lot easier for me right now. It's a lot safer to travel within the country. And until I get my whole Brexit status sorted out, apparently I might have some problems using flights. They were warning me. So before I even think about going abroad, I need to get that in order. But again, thank you for watching, and I really appreciate anything you can suggest. And I will continue to wish you a happy new year. Stay safe, and please tune in. More content to come. So take care, and we shall speak again soon.